you give us a few examples of those kind of crime stories? Because everyone thinks of CSI. Everyone thinks of homicide or Law and Order and that kind of stuff, which is obvious.
Absolutely. Okay, there's the first one, Beverly Hills Cop 2. But then another one, I loved this show when it was on Pushing Daisies.
Yeah, we are great. It was a great show. Yeah.
It's so sad it went away. You have Monk.
Monk was so good.
So good. Comedic. Oh, goodness. Of course, now that you ask, I'm like totally blanking on all these.
Right. Bones.
Bones has some humor. Psych has a lot of humor. They're even Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is like one of my favorite shows right now. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a forensic comedy. It's a detective cop comedy.
Right.
And they solve cases every episode.
Right. In a funny, ridiculous way.
Right.
Yes.
And so but with these, obviously the forensics doesn't have to be as Loctite because that's not the point. You're not watching it for the, how did they get the killer?
But there still has to be some basic understanding of forensics because the audience is so well educated and so sophisticated that if they even in a comedy, there's some basic things like DNA. You can only do so much with DNA, and you can't go too far off the reservation. Make sense?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And if you were to just break down an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine purely just for plot and for the detective elements, the trails of evidence, it would work. It would totally work. Every single episode. So there, so it's like the character, the plot, left brain, right brain.
And that's great. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people, again, only think of like CSI, think of those kind of shows for this kind of stuff, but it is everywhere. And it's anytime there's a detective story, anytime there's a cop story, there's always forensic, even if like Beverly Hills Cop for a perfect example, or even just fun, stupid comedies. There's still always some sort of forensics involved or evidence-based stuff involved.